At any given moment when I drive around property, our staff could be doing any number of things, and they're easy to spot because they got these bright yellow shirts on. But it's really impactful to me to see the different types of service that they'll find themselves doing. Right now behind me, they are leading small groups. This is very clear gospel work on a regular basis. They are going to be sharing the gospel with students. They're going to be teaching biblical truths, but sometimes their ministry looks a little bit different. What's also happening behind me that you can't see is in that building back there in the shack, there's some staff that are preparing to serve students meals all afternoon. On the other side of that, there's some staff that are gathering trash to take away across the whole property. Right, so if you just driving from the front of the property to the back, you'll see people doing all kinds of stuff. And this is incredible because all of that is a way that we help to take the high places low and make the low places high, just like John the Baptist, to prepare the way of the Lord. And that's what they do. And they're getting to connect that to real gospel work every single day. But like I mentioned, they're doing it and wearing these bright yellow shirts. These shirts mean a lot to us. We don't just give this shirt away because it's their uniform. We give the shirt, we ask them to wear this shirt because of what it represents. First, on the back it says servant. I can't think of a higher compliment to give anybody than servant, because that's what Jesus called himself. That's how Jesus referred to himself. He said he came to serve. He took the form of a servant. So when we call a staff a servant, I think the world would say this was a pejorative term, but to us, this is the highest compliment that we can give anybody. And it says why they exist. The reason they are here is to proclaim the gospel, and that's what they're doing. And it just takes a lot of different forms. It also has our logo. This just represents the years of gospel heritage that we have inherited and the investment that many have made that have come before us. And it's so important for us as we represent all that the logo represents, but all that Crossing seeks to do as we create experiences to proclaim the gospel. And then there are bright yellow shirts. This is because we want people to see our staff. We want people to see them and follow them. You can emulate this person because they're a follower of Jesus Christ. And to follow our staff is to get closer to Jesus. If you were to step into one of our staff meetings, you would hear one of our leadership say, "What is our goal?" And then the staff would respond, "Move people closer to Jesus together." And one of the ways that we help move people closer to Jesus is by having them follow these people in these yellow shirts.
So after 2 years of spending my time here as a yellow shirt and now being in the workplace, something I feel like I've learned as a yellow is just the importance of sharing your story. Not only sharing the gospel, but sharing your story. So actually, being here at camp, I actually was saved at camp. I came to camp as an atheist and then gave my life to the Lord while at camp. And just being able to be a yellow shirt now on the flip side of things and being able to pour the gospel into these kids when I was literally in that exact same position of needing to hear the gospel. Being a yellow has equipped me to go out into the world and honestly grieve and mourn for the lost, but it just gives me more of a motivation to spread the gospel to them. And I'm so thankful that this camp has instilled in me the skills and qualities, and honestly has touched my life and impacted my life in more ways than one. And now being able to go spread the gospel to people everywhere has just been a really sweet testament.
Crossings honestly has taught me so much. Some things that I really took away was just leadership skills and how to serve the Lord and just how to rely on Him in really tough moments.
I'm now serving at a church and I'm getting to disciple a lot of girls, and so when I meet with them, I just get to walk through what these stories are, whether that's Jesus and the paralyzed man or doubting Thomas. We get to walk through and talk about how these apply to our lives and how we can also go out and share that with others. And that's just one thing that I learned by being a summer staffer here at Crossings.
One thing about my small group leader that I love is that she just always matches our energy, is so sweet and tells us all about her family and lets us express how we feel.
He's my Bible study leader is very nice, and he always cares about putting the gospel first, but then always has time to joke around and stuff like that.
The thing I admired most about my small group leader is just his willingness to hear us out and talk to us, and just his leadership and like sharing his own stories and just being an understanding person and just loving on us as individuals. And since it's my last year, just him sharing knowledge that I'm going to take with me outside into college after camp, and I'm so grateful for him.
I know in our group we've had several come back and work at Crossings, and it's just proof that they have seen what it looks like to be obedient and to be faithful and to be sacrificial with their time and their talents and to come and pour into the next generation exactly like we're told to do in Scripture, which is awesome. It's exactly what I want our students to see and what I want them to be, and they get so much of that hands-on here at Crossings.
I just love their dedication. I think this is my maybe 5th year here, and to know, to hear about all the hours they put in and the lack of sleep they get, and to see them give 110% to all these students here, it has made a difference in so many of the kids I brought here lives, and even one of our chaperones. So I love the summer staffers. Keep up the awesome work, guys. You guys are doing a great job. Thank you.
Hello, Crossing Staff 2026 and family. This is my wife Buckley, and I'm Kyle. We've been a part of Crossings Ministries since we met in 2014, and it's played a huge role in our lives. But this summer staff has been incredible. We live in Colorado, and we were able to send 26 students from our church to camp this summer, and just last week we got to baptize 9 of them because of your all's efforts here at camp this summer to share the gospel, live out the gospel, and make an impact on students' lives. It's been an incredible experience for us this summer, and we can't wait to see what the rest of the summer holds.
One thing that I was surprised to learn this summer is how actually similar working here feels to football. And what I mean by that is here everybody has a really hard work ethic. They've taught us how to work hard and sacrifice, and we're all working as a team to achieve a goal. But back when I played football, it was kind of from a place of, at least for myself, I've played from a sense of insecurity. Like I worked really hard because I wanted to prove myself. That's how a lot of other people were as well. But here it's that hard-working mindset to achieve a goal, working as a team, but with a redeemed mindset, working together for the goal of spreading the gospel and building each other up. And so it's so cool to reconnect with that hard-working mindset, but to do it from a place of confidence in who I am in the Lord.
The Lord has taught me that everything I do is a ministry. So coming into this, I was kind of expecting that my ministry would mostly be in my small group time and that serving in other areas would be an additional part of my job. But the Lord opened my eyes to see that everything I do is a ministry to Him. So whether I'm serving in a small group or cleaning a bathroom, if I do it with a joyful heart, I'm serving the Lord and I'm glorifying Him.
I have been surprised just to learn and kind of realize how self-focused of a person that I have been, like leading up to this point. Because working at a job like this, there is a lot of just dying to yourself daily in a way that I haven't really had to do or experience a whole lot beforehand. So I've really just learned a lot about like how to do that and how to give up like my own desires and my own wants to be able to serve the Lord better. And that's something that I think is really gonna serve me well in the long run, and that I'm still learning like now, even to this day, but it's been something that I realized and have learned a lot since being here.
One thing that surprises me about working here is how faithful the Lord is. I know that He is faithful, but it really took working here at camp to realize just how faithful He really is. Every day He gives us the strength to get up and keep going, even when things are hard, even when we feel like we're hitting a wall. The Lord is faithful to provide strength and endurance, and it's all for His sake and for the sake of the gospel, and the sake of eternal souls. And it has been truly amazing to see the Lord's faithfulness during my time working here. And it's been really surprising to see how well He has supported me and given me the strength that I need.
When I think of a summer staffer, the word that comes to mind is willingness. Someone who is willing to serve, willing to pick up trash, clean up vomit, serve in the dining hall, serve a student, share the gospel with them, and willing to do whatever it takes to move someone closer to Jesus.
When I think of a summer staffer, I think consistent.
Faithful.
I think of grit.
Joyful.
Energetic.
Kindness.
Integrity.
Servant-hearted.
Intentional.
Devoted. I'm so incredibly proud of these staff. What they're doing is incredible, but I'm thankful to you, moms and dads, for the sacrifice you made. I know these are probably some of the people that you would have had mowing your yard this summer or helping around the house and really just being with you. I know they're in college or they're away, and this is time that you could have been spending with them. and I know that's really precious, but you've made a gospel investment by allowing them and encouraging them to be here this summer. And their work will impact the lives of countless thousands. There'll be the thousands of people that have come to camp, but just think of the people that made a profession of faith this summer, that'll go home maybe renewed in their walk, and then the eternities of their families will be adjusted, the people that they'll interact with. So I'm thankful for the work they're doing, but I'm thankful for your sacrifice to encourage your son or daughter to come serve here this summer.